At number 9, it's surely the best fight in the whole Craig era, when Dave Bautista comes up against Daniel Craig in a train. My word. A bit like Necros, Hinx has been built up. We've seen him do nasty things. We've not seen him do an amazing fight like the kitchen fight or anything like that before, but we know that this is a guy not to be messed with. He's had a few failed attempts, a bit like Jaws has in Spy Love Me, at trying to kill Bond and other people. But now is the time for him to shine. We're on the train. We don't know that he's there, so that's the first thing. This starts when you're having a nice romantic meal, Bond and Madeleine getting to know each other, all dressed up. We're straight into it, and this is a pretty long fight. You know, it's nearly 3 minutes long. It is a bit of the greatest hits of Bond.
Yeah.
Stuff I hadn't noticed before, like the smashing the mirror in the toilet, which is very much like the Man with Golden Gun. You know, the changing room fight with the smashing the mirror. Obviously echoes of Jaws and stuff breaking through the walls and stuff. When he sets on fire, you could say it's like Mr. Kidd, yeah, from Diamonds Are Forever. Sanchez, yeah.
Very good.
More famous one. And there's also, of course, Madeleine is kind of crucial to it because it's not looking good for Bond until she shoots him, which gives Bond the chance to start wrapping that thing around him. It's quite bold to be hitting a woman nowadays, the henchman to be hitting a woman. They worked around it a bit at the end where you can't have him knock her out twice, can you? That's really awful.
There's common tropes in a Bond train fight, and one of them is that there is always a woman involved who gets interrupted. They get interrupted by the villain on each one of them. Madeleine Swann plays a similar role to Anya Amasova does on the Spy Who Loved Me one, is that she's actually trying to get involved. She's more effective than Anya Amasova, definitely.
Yeah. You want to see a Bond girl do, which is be part of the plot and actually help out and not just stand around kind of screaming.
I think Sam Mendes is not bad. He's not bad at fights. That's something I didn't think I would be saying. When he's got a fist fight, I think he does a good job in this film.
Dave Bautista is my favourite thing about Spectre.
Yeah.
Big
Wrestling again.
Big wrestling fan. Loved Dave Bautista for years. And I think he's probably the most talented wrestler turned actor. He's obviously highest grossing, but I think he has got real acting chops on him. Mr. Hinx for me is the best henchman in the Craig era by some distance. And yeah, it does hark back to those classic Bond villains. The fight itself moves through the train, which is a different take on it, really. That's not something that we've really done before, and it moves through it well. I think the fight itself is brilliant. Going back and forth with each other is fantastic. You're right. Bond is getting bashed here, and he has to resort to getting corkscrew openers and stuff and using them.
Yeah.
He is really in a bad way. I suppose in the kitchen when Bond's throwing the pan, he's bashing it. I was like, it's absolutely, you're not laying a glove on him here. And that's why you need Madeleine Swann, because Bond he's no match, if I'm being honest, really.
He does have that energy. Suddenly is a literal, a kick up the arse, because as soon as he comes in, Hinx comes in, it's like it just turns into a different film for me.
Yeah.
It has energy. It feels brutal. It feels like he is unrelenting in the way that he goes through and just absolutely steamrolls over anything that Bond can do. Bond is fairly desperate. Has that kind of Jaws-like figure where he can just plow through wooden walls and stuff and just throw Bond around like he's nothing. And I think that was, I do feel that this is really different. It definitely is a standout scene because it just has so much energy to it, and it's so brutal.
The ending disappoints me so much because I think you've got such an asset to this film, and it's so brutal, the fight that's come before. And whilst what I will say is for Bond to hook him onto these barrels that are moving is very Bond, is very genius, is very quick thinking and moving with it, it's not enough to kill him. When you've got like Jaws being thrown out of windows on trains and Hinx is continually coming back, for him to just say shit and fall off a plane, train is such a disappointment, because what this film needs is Hinx to the end.
I agree with you. I do think that his demise it doesn't feel like a demise. It feels like actually we're going to see him again later.
It does.
Kudos to Thomas Newman as well, I have to say. When it comes in, you know, I know it's a bit more modern-y, Dark Knighty, but it is still appropriate, I think, for this fight.
It's a great train fight.
It is.
I just wish we had more of Dave Bautista, because this fight, the Spectre boardroom scene highlights what a great asset he is to this film.
Yeah.